So our next card is going to be the purple and gray feather, and the words are, "The good things in life are better with you." So again, this is using the card bases, card packs that Stampin' Up! Often has, and showing you again how simple you can create a card, because you don't even need any designer series paper or anything to spiffy up the background, because it's already done for you. Also wanted to mention the host code for this month is JHAX 3SUJ. So if you are ordering anything online, when you go to your shopping cart to pay, there will be a place to enter a host code. If you could do that, that would be great. That helps me, and it also will provide rewards points for you. So I'll just put that off to the side. All right, in your kit, you will have your card base, and this is in the Blackberry Bliss color and Very Vanilla. So those are the two colors here, and it comes with a coordinating envelope. You will also have a piece of Very Vanilla that I die cut using these stitched shapes. You'll have a piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock and a piece of Very Vanilla that will fit perfectly with it. You also have a Very Vanilla scrap. So you might have one that kind of looks like that, but it won't quite fit perfectly. So you should have these two that fit perfectly together. Those are what we're going to use for stamping our words. And then you'll have a scrap, and this scrap is just to get your extra feather, which we're gonna have to fussy cut. There are not dies for the feather. The coordinating dies that come with this set are shaped dies, as in like frame type shapes, but not dies that cut out the images from this stamp set. So we will be fussy cutting that, but it's not that bad. So you also have a piece of Blackberry Bliss twine and some gems, okay, that work with this set. Now I am going to use basic gray ink, but any gray will work. If you don't have gray, you can use black. You could even use a brown color, would be fine with this, and you'll end up using the words and the feather with the same. If you use black, what we're going to want to do is stamp off a few times, and then you'll get a lighter shade of black, which is like a gray. All right, so whatever you're working with, whatever you have, it will be fine. It'll look great. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the feather stamp from your set. So it's this one here that we're using, and here are the words that we're using. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start with my scrap piece, because it is full ink. The two that I'm going to stamp on this background piece are what we call a second generation image. So what it means is you ink up your stamp, stamp it off once, and then stamp it onto this piece so that it's a lot lighter in color. I wanted to get that kind of dimension on this card, where this one really pops up and these are just kind of more subtle in the background. So I'm going to ink this up really well. I'm going to hold my pad off the table so that I'm not shaking the camera for you. Okay, so I've inked it really well, and then I'm going to stamp it onto my scrap piece. This is a very tight piece. Hopefully your pieces aren't as tight as this one. There we go. And then I'm not going to re-ink it, but I'm going to huff on it, and then stamp down. And so you get this subtle, a lot lighter shade in that second generation image. So now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to ink my feather again, ink it really well, and now I'm going to stamp off once, huff on it, and stamp down. All right? And then I get that nice variation in the color. So like I said, if you only have black ink, you could actually stamp off once, huff on it, and then do your main feather. And then you'll want this to be a third generation of the black instead of second, so that it's lighter in shade and not quite so dark. Okay, so there's those pieces. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my words since I have the ink out, and then I can close it and not make a mess. Going to ink it up again, just keeping it off the table. That will be my next chore. We'll be figuring out how I can attach my camera. Let's go this way, to something outside of my table. And then I'm going to just stamp. It's a tight piece, but don't worry, it'll be fine. There, fabulous. All right, so now I'm done with stamping, and I'm going to put the ink away, and I'll clean my stamps after I'm done videotaping this. And now, now I'm ready to start putting things together. It seriously was that quick. So let's start with, I think I'm going to start by adhering the words to this piece and just line it up so you have kind of equal amount on all your edges. Okay, so that's going to be ready. And now I'm going to do this piece. All right, so now we have to fussy cut. Try not to get too mad at me for doing this. So it's called fussy cutting because, you know, you could be very fussy. I'm not going to be very fussy. I'm not going to go in and out of all of these pieces. Maybe a couple deep ones I might cut in. But right now I'm going to just, and when you're, I'm going to just go around it simply, okay? And when you're cutting, move your paper, not necessarily your scissors, in the direction that the image is going. Okay, look at, I mean, this is not too fussy, okay? Don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's not too fussy. Some people really do not like to fussy cut. Okay, so you could stop, you honestly could stop there. And that really was not too bad, was it? But I am gonna go in and just take out a few of these larger areas. I need my glasses on. Oh, here they are. Haha. My eyesight is getting worse. I haven't worn glasses my whole life, but it's now getting to the point where I can't do very intricate stuff without needing a little bit of help. I'm just going in, fixing up a little bit. Again, you don't need to do this. This is just extra. You can see I'm just kind of cutting away a few areas. Can you see? Can you see that, what I'm doing there? If you're really good, you can do this as you're cutting your main image. But I like to go in after and do the little extras. And then this one, I should be able to get in a little closer. Pull that little guy out. This is when it starts getting fussy, but you know, you don't have to do all that fussiness. But I am just showing you what you could do. It's also a great thing to do in front of the TV. I mean, maybe your eyes are more tired at night. Sometimes my eyes are more tired at night too. All right, that is more than enough. There. Okay, I'm very happy with that. So I'll clean off all my little pieces I cut away. And now I'm going to use some dimensionals or foam mounting tape to pop this one up. I'm also very hungry. I hope my stomach doesn't start growling. I haven't had lunch yet. I think it's 2 o'clock. And one more piece right there. Okay. Pull the backings off of that. Do you like feathers? I don't know. I just love feathers. There was another set Stampin' Up! Had, I think a year ago, and they've had a few different sets with feathers. I don't know what it is about feathers. I just like them. So then just put this wherever makes you happy. Right there. Okay, now I'm going to add adhesive to the back of this panel. Trying not to do this too aggressively. And put this on here. I'm kind of using this as my gauge because we also need this to go on top and I don't want it to get too far in the way. So kind of keep my edges, look like my edges are about the same. Helps keep it straight. That looks pretty good to me. Hopefully it looks good to you too. You're not going, Lisa, that is not straight. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some mounting tape on the back of this word panel so that we can pop it up as well. You know me, I always like to have something popped up. Okay, so get some mounting tape on the back, pull those backings off. Apparently there was a big coyote in our backyard today, like quite a large one. My husband said, better watch out for our dog. Okay, and this goes all the way across your whole card. So just make sure your bottom looks even. Okay, there we go. I love this. Fabulous. And it was so simple. And now for this twine, I'm going to just make a bow. You should have plenty to make one whatever size you want. So I just kind of pull it until I get it the way I like it. And then I kind of like this sort of loopiness to it. I actually think I'm going to keep my tails kind of long on this one. And then what I like to do is put a glue dot where I want it, and then I kind of just stick the knot into that glue dot. All right, so I'm going to put the glue dot down near the bottom. Of course, when you know it's stuck to that part, near the bottom of my feather, like so. And then this is going to go in to the glue dot like that. Okay, and I kind of like the pieces just sort of, you know, doing their thing. All right, and then just finish it off with some gems. And if you have the take your pick tool, that can be helpful. I just sort of hold it down, slide that underneath, and then just put it wherever you want it. There. And then your card is done. Again, another one that, you know, you could give to a guy, and if you're concerned, maybe not put the gems if you want to give it to a guy. But cute and pretty simple and quick card. Thank you.